So, like, April Fool's this year, I called her and I told her that I was eloping with a friend instead of going to Tennessee. And
Nice.
she believed it because she's gullible, and I'm also gullible. So
Wow.
I'm waiting for her to get me back. And so she is like, on the same hand of being happy that I'm eloping, is also pissed. And I was like, so I tell her it's April Fool's, and she calls me an ass. And then, and Mom does not swear that much, so it was very entertaining. So then she goes, well, my biggest thing was that you were going to elope, and I was going to have to figure out how to fly out to Vegas and be there for your wedding. And I was like,
do the same
oh, yeah.
thing. Oh, my God.
Then it brought on a conversation of like, well, I hope you understand that when I marry someone, I want you to be there because you're my family, and I want my family to witness and be a part of such an intimate thing to me. Like, a wedding isn't something I joke about, you know?
Well, obviously it is, considering you told your mom you were eloping.
The relationship that stems from a wedding. Like, that's not something to joke about, but, like, eloping, that's funny. Not a wedding.
You know what? The only time I ever pulled an April Fool's joke was on my mom, was when I was back in China, and I was going to Xi'an, which is another city, and she knew I was flying there that day. And I told her on the subway, I said, I don't think I'm going to make my flight. And we were, like, already halfway there. And then at the flight gate, I was still being like, Mom, you know, we just got here, we're running, we're not sure if we're going to make it, you know, really hamming it up. And then finally, when we were in the line, she was like, so did you make your flight? I was like, yeah, April Fool's. And she has not ever let me forget that. And she's like, I was really worried for you getting on that flight. And I was like, Mom, I wasn't even coming home. But she's like, yeah, but still, I'm not forgetting you.
I pulled two on my mom. And it's, you know, we're talking about relationships, so my mom knows that, like, I can be serious, but I do joke around a lot. So, in college, I don't know if I told you this one. I was my junior year. I call her, and it's like nighttime, and I realized it was April Fool's, and I've been planning this all day. And so I called her, and she had a meeting, and I knew she had a meeting, and it was a Wednesday, I believe. I called her, and I said, hey, Mom, and I was like real short, we need to talk, and I hung up the phone, and I usually say something else with it. So she calls me back like an hour later, and she goes, I didn't like the sound of your voicemail, what's going on? And I'm trying to contain my laughter, which makes it sound like I'm about to cry. And I was like, Mom, I'm pregnant.
Oh my God, Emma, no! You've lied about engagements and pregnancy? Wow. So, my mom would kill me.
I told my mom, and it was the same thing with the elopement. It was dead silent, but it was worse because, you know, it was real quiet for a little bit longer than I was wanting to. And she goes, well, have you told the father yet? And then I started to laughing, and I was like, Mom, April Fool's. And she goes, you little shit! And
she should! Oh my gosh!
Yelling at me, and my stepfather comes in over the phone. What is going on in here?
You better never tell me any news on April 1st, ever. Even if you get pregnant, you better wait until the next day to tell me that shit, because I will never believe you on April 1st. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. That's crazy. Wow. Jane, I apologize on her behalf.
She knows it. She'll pull it on me sometimes. Like the other day, she came down for dinner, and we were going shopping, and I bought dinner, and then while we were shopping, I handed her my purse so I could get the stuff on the cart. It's a new bookshelf, by the way, that you'll get to see. And she kept my purse, and I'm pushing the cart. So then we go to the checkout line, and I go to grab my purse because it's usually on my wrist, and it's not on my wrist, and Mom's got her card out. She's like, I got you back. She's like, because she doesn't like it when I pay for the bill or anything like that.
That sounds like a prank on herself. So she paid for your stuff? That's
Yes.
not a good prank.
I know. I was like,
Jane, you
Mom,
gotta do
what?
better.
And she goes,
Jane,
I
you
don't
can call me and
I
we
don't
can
get
figure
mad
something out
about
here.
paying the bill. I just get even. And I was like, that's not even even. Like, the dinner was like, I don't know, however much. And then the bookshelf was like twice as much, if not more. And I was like, this isn't getting even, Ma. This is you just doing whatever. And she's like, well, I have your purse, so what are you going to do about it? And I was like,
Yeah.
excuse you.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
me.
Jane,
But
call me. We can figure something out. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I got you. Pregnant? How dare you tell your mother you were pregnant? Oh my gosh.
I did. It was highly entertaining. My stepdad thought it was hysterical. So,
Well, at least
I
John liked it,
brownie.
you know, because
Yeah.
if John liked it, then they was fine.
And everything is good. I did not pull that on my dad, though. I don't think it would have been well received.
Oh my gosh, he would not have appreciated that.